What if your night footage could look like this instead of what you're used to like this? Ever since I got the Autel Nano Plus, more of you have asked in the comments if I could do a comparison against the DJI Mini 2. And yes, of course we should do that because it's super interesting to compare the performance in the 250 gram segment. Technology-wise, it's really not a fair match between these two drones. As the Nano Plus contains a lot more features as well as a better camera, it's also priced more than $350 more than the Mini 2. But nevertheless, you have asked for a comparison, so this is what you will get. There's only a few footage comparisons online right now, so I was a bit under time pressure yesterday to get this done. But the weather was really bad. It was windy. My original plan was to capture this football stadium, but we have to do with this water purification installation instead. And as you can see here on the compass indicator in the lower left corner, the drone was really struggling when I was flying at a high altitude. So I had to reduce the height to be able to capture some footage that we could use. I almost at one point lost control. It was just drifting across the forest. But luckily I've tried these situations many times before. So I kind of tilt the camera downwards, looking for an area where I could lower the altitude, where the wind is significantly less, and I gain control of the drone and I could fly back. So I had to reduce the altitude in general for the recordings to be able to get some footage for you guys. I managed to do so both day and night footage that will show how the Nano Plus stacks up against the Mini 2. Let's start by a daylight comparison. The weather was overcast, so it should be a fairly easy match between the two drones. So now let's switch to the Nano Plus footage. Recordings are done with neutral exposure in 4K 30 FPS. White balance is set to auto. Let's put them side by side so you can compare it for yourself. So the colors using auto white balance seem more neutral on the Nano Plus. And the footage also seems to be sharper. One thing that is worth noticing is that the structure on the shed that is just in front of the drone is way more visible on the Nano, where it looks more smeared out on the Mini 2. This is what I would expect on a day that is overcast. You are not that challenged on the dynamic range of the camera because the difference between bright and dark is not that huge. Where this is starting to become a problem is if you are filming on a bright sunny day. That's a problem because the difference between the highlights and the shadows are really big. The same goes when you're filming at nighttime. You're basically fighting two things when you're filming under low light conditions. And that is, of course, low light. When you are filming at low light, you need to crank up the ISO, or the camera needs to crank up the ISO to sort of boost the image up to a level where we can see it. And that normally introduces noise. The second problem is that if you have any light sources in your dark environment, you will run into problems with the dynamic range again, because you have these bright spots and you have these dark areas. And what normally would happen is the camera will try to expose towards the light source, and then everything else will stay pitch black. Autel claimed to have solved this by introducing a new technology to drones that is called RYYB. So if I just read the notes here, it says that the Nano Plus is equipped with a 0.8 inch CMOS sensor with a RYYB color array. This uses the newest technology from a partnership with Leica Huawei to bring the users the most cinematic capable drone in this size class. This image sensor absorbs 40% more light than traditional RGB color fillers. This means that the Evo Nano Plus has better low light performance and have improved focusing accuracy against larger sensor sizes. All of this is nice marketing mumbo jumbo. So let's put it to the test and see how well it really works. So I decided to drive to a football field where I have been doing some film testing. Actually, the idea was that I wanted to film the skyline of Copenhagen with the drones, but it was so windy that this turned out to be almost impossible. I couldn't go much higher than 10 meters and the drone was being kicked around, as you can see on this footage, up and down and in and out. So that was really not easy to capture that footage. But I decided to use the football field in the back. That would kind of be sufficient to illustrate my point. So you can see this is the setup. here, and there's a little shed in the front of the football field, and you see it's very bright in the background, and we can see absolutely nothing else than the light sources that are in the back. Again, this is done on auto. This is of course super tough conditions, so I decided to turn the camera, so at least I got a little bit of backlight facing me while I'm standing next to the car. And this is what it looks like in that scenario. Still, the footage is super dark and barely usable. If we're trying to brighten the footage up, you would see that there is a lot of noise introduced. Basically, the drone is running at maximum. It's basically using the longest shutter speed that is possible, and it has cranked up the ISO to 3200 in this case. So this is what you have to work with the Mini 2. So how does it look for the Nano Plus? And if you see this, I was absolutely blown away when I saw this. What is going on? You can actually see what's going on in the image. This is crazy. I know that Autel decided to sponsor this drone for me, so I might be a little bit colored, but come on, look at this footage. It talks for itself. These are standard settings right out of the box. They haven't even introduced HDR video yet, and this is the kind of a level that they can. This gets even more crazy when we decide to turn the camera around and face it towards me. It's like everything is illuminated. I don't know what's going on. It's really, really crazy. And just to add a funny story is that I almost hit myself with the drone when I was flying around. The obstacle avoidance sensors, they are not working when it's pitch black. So as you can see here, it was a very, very close hit. That was about when I backed away from the shed, I was almost hitting myself in head height. So luckily nothing happened. Let's put the clips side by side, and here the first clip with the shed. You can clearly see all the details in the house. You can see the windows, you can see everything. You can basically, I think we could even brighten it up a bit, so we will reveal more details in the image, where everything on the Mini 2 is pitch black and very, very hard to see what's going on. And if we take the images of me in front of the car, it speaks for itself. It's day and night, basically, the difference between these two recordings. So this is not marketing baloney, this for sure. It is really a capable camera. So one thing that would be really nice is that the next video I will compare to the Air 2S, because I actually brought that one as well. And that has a 1-inch sensor, as you might know. So that should be able to keep up with this little sub 250 gram drone. So in case that you don't want to miss out that video, then I would suggest that you hit the subscribe button below. Unfortunately, I didn't have this clip with the Mini 2 as I was pointing the drone a little bit in the wrong direction. But it's pretty clear that this is not even a match. So what do you think about this? Does this change your perspective? Is this worth paying additional $350 for? What else do you want to know about this drone? Pop those questions in the comments below and I will take a closer look. Do you want to follow along and learn more about what is possible with this great drone? If so, then I've compiled a playlist with all the videos that I have made and will make in the future around the Autel Nano Plus. And you will be able to access this through this card. I hope you liked this video. If you did, then feel free to give it a like. If you didn't like it, feel free to press the dislike button twice. Thank you for watching, and I'll be seeing you on the next one.